You're sitting in your Uber car around 11 p.m. Your phone buzzes. One more ride and you can pay this month's water bill. You accept. Then you see her, a woman in a wedding dress, mascara streaked down her face, running barefoot across wet asphalt. She throws open your door.
Go, no, please!
Breathing heavily. Please just drive. You look in the rearview mirror. A man in a tuxedo is sprinting towards you. You recognize his face. It's your brother. And you have 10 seconds to decide whose life you're about to destroy. Ricardo McNeil had been driving for Uber for 3 years. Not by choice. The factory closed. His wife left. The mortgage didn't care. That Saturday night in September, Chicago's South Side smelled like rain and fried chicken. Ricardo's 2009 Honda Civic idled outside the Palmer House Hotel, waiting for a ping he didn't want but desperately needed. The notification lit up his cracked phone screen. Pickup, Palmer House, wedding event. He pulled up to the circular drive. Valets in red jackets ignored him. He was invisible. Just another rideshare car in a city full of them. Then the doors burst open. A black woman in a white wedding dress ran out. No shoes, no veil, just terror. She yanked open the back door and collapsed into the seat. Go, now, please. Ricardo's hands froze on the wheel. Ma'am, are you? She said, go. He pressed the gas. The car lurched forward just as a man in a tailored tuxedo exploded through the hotel entrance. Robert McNeil, Ricardo's older brother. Their eyes met through the windshield for half a second. Robert's face twisted with rage. He shouted something Ricardo couldn't hear over the engine and the pounding in his own chest. Ricardo drove. Thank you, the woman whispered from the back seat. Her voice cracked. Thank you so much, sobbing quietly. Ricardo's throat felt tight. Where do you need to go? Anywhere, just away from here. He glanced at her in the rearview mirror. She was shaking, crying, trying not to fall apart. And Ricardo knew whatever happened tonight would cost him everything. If you were Ricardo, would you have kept driving or stopped to talk to your brother? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm reading every single one. Robert wasn't always a monster. When they were kids in Gary, Indiana, Robert protected Ricardo from bullies, shared his lunch money, taught him how to throw a punch and when to walk away. But money changed Robert. He went to Northwestern, got his MBA, landed a job at First Continental Bank in Chicago, started wearing $1,000 suits and forgetting where he came from. Ricardo stayed behind, worked at the steel mill, married his high school girlfriend, had a daughter named Maya. Then the mill shut down. His wife, Sarah, left him for a manager at Target, took Maya with her. Ricardo got the house and the debt. That's when Robert offered help, a loan, he called it, $20,000 at family rates. Ricardo signed without reading. Desperation has a way of making you stupid. By the time he realized the interest was compounding monthly at rates that would make a loan shark blush, it was too late. Robert owned him. You'll pay me back, Robert had said 6 months ago, sipping scotch in Ricardo's kitchen like he owned the place. Or I'll take the house. Family's family, but business is business. Now, driving through rain-slicked streets with his brother's runaway bride in the back seat, Ricardo understood what Robert really was, a predator in expensive shoes. What's your name? Ricardo asked quietly. The woman looked up. Her eyes were red, exhausted. Kelly. I'm Ricardo. Are we safe? She shook. He didn't know how to answer that. Ricardo pulled into a 24-hour diner off I-90. The neon sign buzzed and flickered. The parking lot smelled like diesel and old grease. Kelly hadn't stopped shaking. Ricardo turned off the engine. You want to tell me what happened? She stared at her hands. The diamond ring on her finger caught the neon light. I can't marry him. Robert? Her head snapped up. You know him? Ricardo's jaw tightened. He's my brother. Kelly's face went pale. She reached for the door handle. Wait. Ricardo's voice was firm, but not harsh. I'm not taking you back. She froze. I saw how you ran, Ricardo continued. I saw the fear. That wasn't cold feet. That was survival. Kelly's shoulders sagged. Tears spilled down her cheeks again. He's not who he pretends to be. I know. He controls everything. Who I talk to, where I go, what I wear. Her voice broke. Tonight at the reception, I told him I wanted to postpone. He grabbed my wrist so hard. She pulled up her sleeve. Bruises, dark and fresh. Ricardo felt something cold settle in his stomach. Rage, disgust, shame that they shared the same blood. I laughed bitterly. He said if I embarrassed him, he'd make sure I never worked again. He has connections, lawyers, judges. Kelly laughed bitterly. I'm a third-year associate at a law firm. I thought I was smart, strong, but he made me feel so small. Ricardo understood that feeling. I won't take you back, he said again. He'll come after you. Let him. Kelly met his eyes. Why are you helping me? Ricardo thought about Maya, about the kind of man he wanted her to remember. Because it's right, he said simply. If you were Kelly, would you trust Ricardo or run? Comment below. Robert found out within hours. The calls started at 3 a.m. Ricardo ignored them. 12 missed calls. Then the voicemails. Pick up the phone, Ricardo. You have no idea what you just did. Family means nothing to you after everything I've done. And finally, you're going to regret this. Ricardo had taken Kelly to a women's shelter on the north side. She thanked him, hugged him, promised she'd never forget. He drove home as the sun came up. His house sat on a quiet street in Inglewood. Small, crumbling, but his. Or it had been. 2 weeks later, the letter came. Notice of default. First Continental Bank. Principal balance plus interest. $47,890. Payment due immediately or foreclosure proceedings will begin. Ricardo read it 3 times. The numbers didn't make sense. He'd been paying. Not much, but something. He called Robert. You did this to yourself, Robert said coldly. Helping that woman? She was my fiancée, my future. And you threw it away for what? To feel like a hero? She was scared of you. She was mine. Robert's voice turned to ice. Now you'll learn what happens when you betray family. 30 days, Ricardo. Then I'm taking everything. The line went dead. Ricardo sat in his kitchen, the same kitchen where he'd fed Maya breakfast, where Sarah used to drink coffee and complain about her mother, where life had once felt normal. He had no savings, no options, no way out. He thought about calling Kelly, but what could she do? She was starting over herself. So Ricardo did the only thing he could. He kept driving, kept working, kept hoping for a miracle he didn't believe in. The 30th day came. Ricardo stood on his front lawn. A sheriff's deputy handed him papers. You have until 5 p.m. to remove your belongings. Neighbors watched from their porches. Some looked away, some whispered. Ricardo had packed everything into his car. Clothes, photos, a stuffed bear that used to be Maya's. Robert's black Mercedes pulled up. He stepped out in a charcoal suit, sunglasses, smiled like a shark. Nothing personal, little brother, Robert said. Just business. Ricardo's hands balled into fists. You enjoy this? I enjoy winning, Robert said. glanced at the house. This place is a dump anyway. I'll flip it, make triple what you owed. You destroying me over a woman who didn't want you. Robert's smile vanished. He stepped closer. His voice dropped to a whisper. He humiliated me at my own wedding in front of 300 people. You think that doesn't have consequences? She was running from you. She was confused. I would have fixed her. Ricardo felt sick. Enjoy the car, Robert said. It's all you've got left. He walked toward the house, pulled out a key the bank had given him. His house now. Ricardo stood there, beaten, broken, alone. Then a car pulled up. Would you have fought back or walked away? Tell me in the comments. Some of your answers might surprise you. The car was a sleek Audi, midnight blue, expensive. A woman stepped out, black pantsuit, heels, hair pulled back, confident. Kelly Morrison. Ricardo blinked. She looked different, stronger, sharper. Kelly? She walked straight to Robert. Robert McNeil? Robert turned, confused. Do I know you? You were supposed to marry me 3 years ago. Recognition flickered, then anger. Kelly. I'm here on behalf of Morrison and Associates, she said coolly. We represent the majority shareholder of First Continental Bank. Robert laughed. Good for you. Now get off my property. Actually, Kelly pulled out a folder. It's not your property anymore. Robert's smile faltered. Kelly handed him documents. First Continental Bank has been acquired. The new ownership reviewed all outstanding loans and foreclosures. This one caught our attention. Ricardo's heart pounded. Predatory lending, falsified interest calculations, breach of fiduciary duty. Kelly's voice was ice. You used your position to personally target your brother. That's illegal. Robert's face went red. You can't. I already did. Kelly turned to Ricardo. The foreclosure is voided. The original loan is forgiven. The house is yours. Ricardo couldn't breathe. Robert stepped forward. Who do you think you are? Kelly smiled. The woman you tried to control. I went back to school, finished my law degree, made partner in 2 years, and when I heard First Continental was failing, I convinced my firm to buy it. Guess what my first order of business was? Robert's jaw clenched. You're fired, Robert, effective immediately, and there's an investigation into your lending practices. Enjoy explaining that to the Bar Association. Robert looked at Ricardo, then at Kelly. The rage in his eyes turned to something else, fear. He walked to his car without another word, drove away. Ricardo stood frozen. I don't understand. Kelly handed him a deed. You saved my life that night. I never forgot. 3 months later, Ricardo sat on his front porch. The mortgage was paid off. The house was his, really his. Kelly visited once a month. They'd become friends, real friends. I heard Robert moved to Florida, she said, sipping coffee. Good, Ricardo muttered. The investigation found 12 other victims, people he targeted, ruined. Kelly shook her head. He's done. Ricardo looked at her. Why did you do all this? Because you didn't have to help me, Kelly said simply. You had every reason to side with your brother, but you chose me, a stranger. You chose what was right. I just drove you to a shelter. You gave me my life back. Kelly's eyes shone, and I wanted to return the favor. Ricardo's phone buzzed. A text from Maya. Dad, can I come visit this weekend? I miss you. His daughter. He hadn't seen her in months. Sarah had kept her away, said he was unstable. But now he had a home, stability, hope. Yeah, Ricardo whispered. You can. Kelly smiled. You're a good man, Ricardo McNeil. Don't ever forget that.
Sometimes the right choice costs everything. And sometimes years later, it gives you everything back. Ricardo McNeil was just an Uber driver who made one decision on one rainy night. He didn't know the crying bride would become a powerful attorney. He didn't know his act of courage would save his life years later. He just knew what was right. And in the end, that was enough. If this true story moved you, share it so others can see it too. If you've ever had to choose between loyalty and justice, drop your story below. I read them all. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next story. And remember, the world rewards those who protect the vulnerable, sometimes when you least expect it.